Hi there and welcome. My name is Ron Hurst and I'm the founder and lead coach at Developing Leaders. Really excited that you're here with us today as we take on once again one of the common questions that leaders want to know about. Now, I know a question that comes up with young leaders all the time is there a perfect leadership style? Is there one style that I should emulate? And the answer to this question really isn't that easy, simply because in our estimation, there are many different types of leader. We talked a couple of videos ago about is a leader born or made, and that one alone begins to tell you the story that there are many different types of leader. Is there a perfect style? No, I don't think so. I mean, what a leader needs is the ability to work within an environment, to recognize the need, and then to operate effectively within that environment to achieve the goals and the outcomes that they're seeking to realize. Now, that said, I just want to make a couple of points. First of all, there's some foundational pieces of leadership that I think we have to address. The first is you must have integrity. Without integrity or credibility or trustworthiness, however you want to put it, you've got nothing. Nobody's going to follow you if you don't have credibility. The only people that will are those people that have no choice. In other words, employees. And by the way, if you really want to understand if you're a good leader or not, lead where people don't have to follow you. Give them a choice and see how good you are then. It's a very powerful way to begin to understand whether you are a great leader or just a mediocre person that thinks they're leading others. So, that said, certain foundational pieces, most important, trustworthiness, credibility, integrity, whatever you want to call it, number one answer. There's some other pieces as well. There's a significant amount of emotional intelligence is required. And if you read the work of Daniel Goleman, one of the preeminent authors in this field, you'll find that emotional intelligence is broken down into a number of different areas. My favorite way to look at it is this. You must be self-aware. You must understand how you react to certain circumstances. And then and only then do you have the opportunity to change that reaction and choose the reaction that you want. One of my favorite authors, Mr. Stephen Covey, says the only thing we truly control in this life is not what happens to us, but it's the gap between what happens to us and what we do about it. The gap between stimulus and response. We control the response. And yet many of us throw away that choice, to be quite honest. Maybe not leaders, not great leaders. We know the longer we can stretch that out and make the right choice by controlling our reaction, we can choose a better response. And then the higher levels of emotional intelligence include things such as situational awareness, environmental awareness, understanding the dynamics going on in a room, and then finally relationship management. Now, I know in some of his other books he talks about empathy and other concepts, but those four, self-awareness, self-management, environmental awareness, and relationship management, are the four that I think are absolutely crucial for a leader. And that leads me into the three main skills that I think great leaders have in common. Number one, they are excellent at developing and maintaining relationships. Now, as simple as that is to say, that also embodies the concepts of emotional intelligence. It embodies the concepts of conflict management, negotiation, and a number of other skills to maintain effective, trust-based professional relationships. To start them, to maintain them, to grow them. That is one of the core things that great leaders do. Number two is communication. Now, you may think that because I'm standing here talking to you on a video camera that this is my concept of effective communication. This is but one style of communication. The truth of the matter is, the most powerful tool in a leader's arsenal is listening. It's not speaking at all. The simple fact of the matter is that when people feel listened to at a deep level and understood, valued, essentially, they will listen to you. They'll open themselves up to you in a way that you would never experience had you not taken the time to deeply understand them and value them. See, listening is more than just the physical act of your ears. Your ears are really just for hearing. Listening is a full body process. You know, this is one of my favorite topics when I teach on communication, train people how to become effective communicators, is to just dive deep on learning to listen effectively. All the rest of it's window dressing in my estimation. I mean, yeah, you got to be articulate, you got to know what you're saying. You must measure your words, certainly, but listening, man oh man, listening is such the crucial aspect of effective communication. Finally, the third point, the third skill that I think great leaders have in common is the ability to solve problems. You know, it's funny, I've seen some leadership experts say leaders aren't problem-focused, they're opportunity-focused. Here's a simple perspective. Who cares? It's a word. The bottom line is we see an obstacle, we see a challenge, we see an opportunity, we see a problem. Call it whatever you like. We have to find a way above it, around it, underneath it, or through it. But we're going to solve the problem and move on and bring our organization to higher levels of competence, higher levels of performance, and goal achievement. Those are the three things that I think are absolutely non-negotiable that great leaders have. Number one, they have the ability to develop effective, professional, trust-based relationships. Number two, they are excellent communicators. And number three, they are very skilled problem solvers, and they use this to bring their organizations to new levels of competence. And don't forget, the core foundational things around emotional intelligence and integrity never go away. They always have to be there. And I throw another one in, actually, motivated and driven. I think they're just so crucial in terms of a foundation for effective leadership. Those three skills, those three core foundational pieces of character. So with that, I'm going to end our time together, and we'll come back with another video where we'll take on another the kind of common questions that people have about effective leadership. I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll come to our website at www.developingleaders.co, not .com, .co. The guy who owns .com wanted too much money for it, so I've got .co. Anyway, have a great day. I look forward to seeing you again.